me.
And we're going to do a DIY of bath bombs.
How to make bath bombs today. We have all the essential ingredients that we need to make the bath bombs. What we're going to do is we're going to separate our dry ingredients from our wet ingredients. So they're very easy to make. Okay, so we are going to strain into our strainer approximately 1 cup of baking soda. I spilled some in there, so I'm not going to fill it exactly full. These measurements don't have to be exact because you'll have to adjust the water at the end of it, so you'll see what I'm talking about. But I like to strain it, that way everything is much smoother. So we have 1 cup of baking soda, and we're going to put the baking soda to the side. And now we'll use a 1/2 cup of each one of the other ingredients, which is Epsom salt. We have cornstarch. The cornstarch is what holds it all together, and then the citric acid. The citric acid works with the baking soda to cause the explosion, so to speak, at the end. So you will need a 1/2 cup of each one of these.
Cool.
1 cup. 1 cup of the baking soda, 1/2 cup of the other 3 dry ingredients. Now, usually your Epsom salt won't go all the way through, but I try to get as much thinned out as I can, and then you can just dump it in there, because we're going to mix it all together anyway. And then we'll need a 1/2 cup of the cornstarch. And fortunately, my 1/2 cup will fit in there, about like yay. I just pull it out, put it in my strainer, and then we'll strain that into the mixture as well.
And about how many bath bombs will this make, do you think?
It depends on the size of it.
Oh, so you can make them bigger or smaller?
Yeah, you can make bigger ones and smaller ones, and we'll get to that point
I'm
soon.
jumping ahead.
So that's no problem. The citric acid is the main ingredient in this, in that it has to have the citric acid in order to make a bath bomb.
To react with the Epsom salt.
To react with the baking.
The baking
soda. You can do without the Epsom salt. The reason that I put Epsom salt is because Epsom salt is a known nutrient for your skin. So a lot of people like to take Epsom salt baths and whatnot. So so it's just an additive. You can actually make it without the Epsom salt. And the other thing we're going to need is a wire whisk to mix it all together real good. And we'll have that handy, believe it or not. And you want that really mixed together, real good. Now the Epsom salt, because the Epsom salt is heavier than most of the ingredients, and you'll see, I don't know if you can see out there, but it does smoke up a little bit. The combination of the ingredients will cause a little bit of smoke, so don't let that bother you. After you mix it with your mixer, then what you want to do is run your fingers through it like that, because that will raise the Epsom salt that settles to the bottom throughout the whole thing. And you'll see it's not a clean process. That's why I outlined this with, covered this with some clear plastic. And I try, as I use the ingredients, I try to move them out of the way just so they're not in the way. So we have this ready. Now, we can do one of two things with this. We can make a solid color for all of it, or we can split it up into two different colors. This time we're going to make just a solid color bath bomb with it, I believe. We're going to probably use pink.
Okay.
So we'll get our
Popular color in this household this week.
We'll get our liquid ingredients. Yes, it is. We'll
With
get our liquid ingredients all together. And that's going to be, we're going to need 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And I have my measuring spoon here. And again, you want it as close as possible, but if you drip a little extra, not quite, there you're good anyway, because you will have to adjust a little bit more than likely. So we have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil.
And that's just regular coconut oil because it's liquid, so it's not like the fancy.
This is a liquid cooking oil.
Okay,
it
cooking
is.
oil. Yeah.
It is. Now you can use the regular coconut. You can use any kind of oil. You can use olive oil.
Oh, okay.
I just use coconut oil because of the properties. Yeah, because of the properties that it does. And then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of water. And about 2 teaspoons then, be sure it's not tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of a fragrance oil. This one that we're using is from Cajun's Candle and Soap Supplies.
Shout out.
And it is called Lick Me All Over. And it is a really nice fragrance.
And it needs to be body safe.
It does need to be body safe,
Or what
skin
is it?
safe.
Skin safe. I knew that wasn't what it was called exactly. Skin safe. Make sure it's skin safe fragrance, which Cajun Candle and Soap Supply has a bunch of skin safe fragrances. Look them up.
They do.
CajunCandles.com.
They do. Excellent, excellent. And we're going to use red soap dyes. So we're going to use, you have to be sure that you're using either skin safe dyes or food coloring. You have to use, you can use food coloring, but your food coloring, if you use food coloring, then you may stain your bath.
Oh.
This is formulated not to. You can use 3 or 4 drops of that, should be plenty.
Cajun Candle Factory, you can get that there too.
You can.
They got all colors. You can mix them together.
And
Make
it's
your
not
own
expensive.
color.
I think it's less than $4 for that little bottle, and that'll last.
And you saw that was
a long
3
time.
drops.
Yeah, that's 3 drops. So then you want to mix. You want to mix your wet ingredients, and they won't mix really well, which you'll see.
Oh yeah.
Simply because of the water and the oil don't mix good together. Now to make your bath bombs.
Oh yeah, water and oil. That makes sense. Why it would mix.
To make your bath bombs, we're going to move all of this stuff out of the way. You're going to want this to turn into a consistency of damp sand, like if you're at the beach, not a wet sand, but a damp sand. And you can't just pour this into the mixture and mix it up. It has to go very slowly, because if you pour this in fast, it's going to cause the reaction of the 2 ingredients, the citric acid and
the baking.
and the baking soda, and cause it to fizz before it'll just ruin your whole recipe. So you have to do it about a teaspoon or so at a time. And what I'm going to do,
You want to get the teaspoon again?
actually, I think I will try it. I've never done it that way, but I am going to for this video. I usually just pour a little bit in and mix it ever so slowly. But this time, and actually what I'm going to do, Misty, I'm going to let you
Pour some in.
pour it in.
Okay.
And just pour me. I think we can use this.
Bigger when to start.
Yeah, just pour it in slowly, and as you pour it in,
You'll mix
hold
it?
Yeah, I'll mix it.
Okay.
With my hand. Just kind of Just kind of slow, yeah, just a little slower. Because you don't want any of
Just
that
like
to start
drops at a
reacting.
time.
Yes. There you go. Okay. Okay, get you some more now. It's okay to
Oh,
drop
it
it on the
smells delicious, Skinny Squad. I know you can't smell it.
It does smell good. That's a really popular fragrance. It's called Lick Me All Over, and it's
It's a sweet.
you can if you don't like the name, you can always rename your bath bomb something else. You can
Yeah.
it's just a name that
It's known by.
that it's known by. I believe it's either Bath and Body Works knockoff or one of the popular ones. And you can see it's kind of turning colors now. It's kind of getting a light pink color to it now.
Oh.
That's all right. After you pour this one in, Misty, we're going to show them
What it looks like?
Yeah, it is changing colors now, and the consistency is also changing. It's getting a little damper. You can go a little bit faster than that now.
Okay. Now that we got some mixed in.
Yeah, there you go. Because I'm moving it pretty fast. Yeah, there you go. Keep it. There you go. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to mix this. It's turning a little bit pink now. We got a little bit of a pink color to it now, but it's still not where it'll stay together. So we're still not near where we need to be. So we're going to keep doing the same thing now. There we go. That's good. That's fine. Do it maybe over here. There you go. Okay, keep it coming. Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to clump just a little bit.
Starting to clump together just a little bit. So there we go. Good. Yeah, kind of like that. That's good. All right. So as you can see, now we're even a little more pink, and our consistency, it still won't hold together, but it's beginning to get where we need it to be. So there you go. Yeah, just kind of drizzle it right over the top like that. That's good. Keep it coming. There you go. That's perfect.
I'm doing a good job.
She's doing a good job. She's going to be a bath bomber. Okay, I'm going to show them again now. Now it's almost going to hold together. You see we got a nice pretty pink color. It's going to make a pretty bath bomb. And you can see you can almost hold it together. It's a little bit, so we're going to put a little bit, and we may not even use it all. Sometimes you have to adjust it that way. A lot of it depends on the humidity and your environment. Go ahead, yeah, go ahead and use that one. That's good, I think. So, I think we're almost about where we need to be. I think we'll be able to. I'll tell you what.
Go ahead and
what
pour
I'm
the
gonna
last
do. Yeah, I'm gonna. We have just a few traces in here, and I'm just gonna pour that in there. I'm gonna use my right finger and get all that in there, and we're gonna mix it all up real good one more time, and then we're gonna start making our bath bombs. And it really doesn't take them take a long time. The thing with the bath bomb is, however you make it, and you can use so many different things to make a bath bomb. You can use cookie cutters. As long as it's all pressed in real good into the mold. I'm using these. I found these on eBay, and they're bath bomb molds, and they're very easy to make. You push it in together. You pick it up like that, and then you push it together. You make sure you have plenty. You push it together to where it makes to where it's pressed together real good, and you know it's full. They have to be full. And then you kind of clean it up. To finish it off, and you want to tap on the top part just a little bit. Just use my finger. You can use a spoon, and then it should twist off, and then you're going to have the start of your bath bomb. You're going to just leave that sit there for probably about an hour, and it'll harden at that time. It'll harden enough. Then you can take it out of the mold and wrap it. We're going to do another one just so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We fill up both sides. See, kind of like that. Fill this side, kind of like that. And then we just
squeeze.
We push it together tight because it has to be tight. And we kind of clean the outside of the mold just because we're going to make a mess if we don't. Okay.
Tap the top.
And then we tap the top. You can use almost anything. You just want to tap the top so that it loosens up. Take the top off, and you have another bath bomb. Now, my favorite way of doing them is I found this little tool on Amazon. Okay, but you can change these tops out. They have all different kind of tops for them. Now you do have to remember, the more intricate and detailed your mold is, the more likely it is not to come out of the mold perfect. Because if it's got a lot of detail in it, it makes it harder to make a good bomb. Just for the appearance wise, it still will perform just as well. But appearance-wise, it may not look as good. It'll lose some of the details. There's a lot of detail.
Right.
But these are fun, and kids get a kick out of them because you can make. And we'll change it out one more time. My hands are getting slick. Let's see which one we want to use this time. Maybe this one. We use that one. Well, this one makes a pretty one too. Whoop. And on your moon pie press, they don't come with instructions because they're made in China. They do come with instructions. You're probably not going to be able to read them though. And it took me a while to figure out how to work it. So what you do when you want to change your insert, you pull your press all the way back, and there's some little notches you'll see, and you're in a groove. You get it in the groove and twist it, and then it's going to stay. It's going to stay in there. So I saved you a lot of work right there, I promise you, because when you get your moon pie press, and the instructions are in Chinese, you probably would call me a few choice names, because you have to figure it out. But they really make a cool, and you can also take, now at the end of this, if we had it, and we don't, but if we had it, we could take some body glitter and sprinkle on top of it to make them shine, just to beautify them. And you'll want to wrap them in, as soon as they get hard, you'll want to wrap them to prevent them from cracking and breaking apart. So we have, in answer to your question as to how many we make, we maybe could make one more. So let's.
One more out of those molds.
It looks like, I don't think we would have enough for one of the bigger ones.
No.
I'll have to just take it out with a cup.
So probably like 4 of those big ones.
Yeah, probably about 4 of the big ones, something like that. And you can double your recipe as you go. If you want to make more, you can simply, and like I said, you can, if you double your recipe, then you can split your dry ingredients into 2 bowls. You can color one of them pink and one of them blue, and you can interact the colors, you know, within the same balm. And you've seen those. I'm sure everybody has seen those bath bombs that are multicolored, and that's how they do it. It's just 2 different colors that they just colored 2 different batches right away. So there you have it, your bath bombs, and
Cool.
they'll be ready for your baths tonight. Y'all, thank y'all.
Thank you
for having me.
Thank you, Pop. Yeah, we will definitely pick you up later and show you exactly how they work and how they fizzle and things like that. I'm going to show you some close-ups of these different versions that we have so that you can get a look. If you could just smell how good it smells in here right now. I already showered and I want to take a bath. I feel like everybody in this house is going to be taking a bath. We've already all taken a bath. We're telling secrets. We're telling secrets, and I'm not there. I'm going to have to let you go so I can hear what the secrets are, Skinny Squad. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. I know I learned a lot. I didn't know that citric acid and baking soda would make a reaction, and that's really all it was. Again, we're still filming. Y'all been such a good audience. We appreciate the audience that we've had today, live and in person for our DIY. Thank you, audience. Shout out to my audience. Y'all did a good job watching Pop make some bath bombs.
Thank y'all.
And you get to use one, I'm sure. Y'all excited?
Yes.
Are you excited? Go out and make you some bath bombs.
Okay, so you'll let that set for about an hour, and after an hour, a lot of times you don't even have to tap it. We did it. It'll just slide out. You take it, and you just set it down, and you can. Now this one's a little tougher, so we're just going to tap it lightly, a couple times. Take it off. We'll let them dry until they're hard. They're already getting hard enough now to handle. All of them, you can pretty much handle them now. But as you can see, I just broke off that piece of that rose because of the intricate design in it. But they'll be ready to use tonight. So we'll see how they work tonight in the bath.
Let's do it.
You want me to go now?
Yeah.
Drop it in.
Oh, I love that color. No way. No, always.
Now y'all can put your hands in it. Do your hands feel soft?
Yeah.
Like lotion?
They're softer than a baby's body. You want to feel my hand?
Oh, they're so soft.
Oh my gosh, it feels warm.
It's like your whole hand is covered in lotion.